Working now. Welcome, YouTube. Had a little situation with Mercury retrograde, so this is my second attempt at going live on the YouTube. But hello and welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm grateful. I hope it stays because, again, this is where I do all of my screen recordings and such to post up the reels afterwards. Hello, Wint. Thank you for joining. Sister, just got out the shower, but here. Yes, definitely enjoyed your planting time. I'm so glad to hear that. Awesome, awesome. Leo, what's up, King? I see you. Crack the cursive code. I see you. Thank you for joining. So now I can get into it. We're all here. Excellent. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, IG. Thank you for your patience, IG peeps. Appreciate it. Okay, so y'all, before we even get into the tea, before we get into the crystal and all that, because as you can see, I'm switching it up a little bit. Usually I have my mug that Kaya got me, right? And I have a specific herb that I align with and talk about the medicinal and the magical properties, and then the crystal that aligns with it, right? Well, this time I'm switching it up because I'm featuring my Bloom Brew. So I do make my own teas, but I haven't really marketed. I was doing a clary tea thing for a while, which some of you did support and I appreciate it. But it was blending, dried herbs, and I was selling the blends and stuff like that. But it wasn't as lucrative with the time frame and all the stuff that it took to actually keep doing it. But I've been making my Bloom Brew for a couple of years now. And every time I have a gathering or an event, I'm doing my gallery showings now. So again, those of y'all been gallery, if you're in Brooklyn, New York, if you're in New York, you might want to come and check out my gallery. Okay, it's a thing. Okay. But every time I have a gathering, I serve this Bloom Brew. And everybody has been telling me, you need to bottle this stuff. Like, what is this thing happening to my life right now when I drink this tea? And I do it as an iced tea, but you could drink it hot too, but I prefer it iced. And I just kept hearing that people, and especially now that I'm doing private showings and stuff like that, I serve it consistently and everybody's like, what is this? What is this? So I'm gonna try it out and see what happens. But this is Bloom Brew. I did my little labels, all like official and ish, you know what I'm saying? So I had to feature my Bloom Brew because I officially launched yesterday online for Bloom Brew, and then I got invited to do a tasting and sell them at 197 Patchen. Queen Sabrina, a fellow Sabrina, who's an awesome venue. She's incredible, but she has an awesome venue at 197 Patchen in Bed-Stuy, and she saw my post. She was the first to like the post yesterday morning, first thing in the morning, and she calls me and she was like, listen, you want to come? We're doing this event tomorrow, live music, come and set a table up, do a tasting, sell your tea. I'm like, really? That would be awesome. So I'm officially doing a tasting, my first tasting for Bloom Brew, and we'll have them for sale at 197 Patchen Avenue in Bed-Stuy tomorrow evening. And there's going to be Voera playing live and some other artists and such. So it's going to be a great time. $20 cover. So you should come through and vibe and hang and then get a little taste of Bloom Brew and buy you some Bloom Brew because, like, why not? Because the tagline, the magic of Bloom Brew is make room to bloom. So you speak that into your Bloom Brew. I make room to bloom. Ashe, right? Because it's all about the release to increase energy. It's all about making space for what is meant for you. And sometimes we are so bogged down with all of these energies and entities and emotions and environments and expressions and experiences that do not actually serve us. And we just have to get it out to make space for what is already ours, already within us, to just trickle to the surface. Bloom Brew be doing that, okay? Bloom Brew doing that because it's tapping in with all of the flowers. Rose, the highest vibrational flower on the planet. Hibiscus, lavender, hyssop. Like, what? Listen. And then we bring in star anise because that is such manifesting power, divination power, reminding you that you are a star and that everything that is already in you, right? And then we tap into sage, which is, again, that release to increase, removing toxicity and dark energy and negative energy, clearing it out. And then I sweeten it with agave. So it's agave instead of sugar. So I can say it's sugar free. So I'm thinking about the glycemic level. I'm thinking about, diabetics and stuff like that. And it's also not a very sweet tea, even with the agave, because you kind of want the sourness of the hibiscus. Did I mention hibiscus? You want that kind of sorrel kind of energy to it, but then the rose brings in a little bit of sweetness and super high vibes, and then the hyssop brings that protective covering over you, right? And then again, the sage, star anise, and all of the energy, all of the magic. And then lavender brings that calm and equilibrium and relaxation that you need to be able to manifest and to, again, just call in call forth ultimately, because it's already you, it's already in you, right? Just call it, bring it forth. Two Feathers, what's up, Queen? Thank you for joining. Queen Hallie, I see you. Peace, Queen. Manifesting your trip to me. Did you get your package? Please let me know if you got your package. And thank you again for your order. And I hope you enjoy the special surprise that I included in there. And thank you for supporting my tea, indeed. I see Bella Carla, the girl with the white hair. Thank you for joining, honey. How are you? It is so yum, Two Feathers. It is so yum. So if you're in Brooklyn tomorrow, I'm doing a tasting and I will have it available for sale. 197 Patchen Avenue in Bed-Stuy. And then I'm also going to be at Bailey's Cafe with the tea on Friday, 5 to 8. That's at 324 Malcolm X Boulevard. So you have two opportunities to taste the tea. Two opportunities to taste my tea. 197 Patchen Avenue tomorrow evening. That's Wednesday at 7 to 9 p.m. And then on Friday, 324 Malcolm X Boulevard at Bailey's Cafe. So you should come and you should taste the tea, and then you should buy the tea, and then you should make room to bloom, okay? And bring in all of the favor, all of the abundance, because when I tell you that now is the time, because of these transits, because of all of the combustive energy, this solar eclipse in Aries, did a thing. Like, if y'all don't feel shit just being blown off, when they talk about apocalypse, that's now. And it's not apocalypse as the end of the world. It's the end of the world as we know it, as they know it, the powers that once were. They can have the old shit. That's really what it is. We're doing something and splitting. This energy is shifting. It is splitting. It is like we are where we are meant to be. And that's why Bloom Brew is just that energy to clear out, let them have what they can have it. They can have it. We are bringing in something so new. There is a bloom that is happening. Like, we have Pluto in Aquarius, and now we have Neptune in Aries for the first time in over 165 years. That is a whole other thing. Now, y'all know I usually post the day of or the day before about a specific moon or a transit, or when, a certain sign is changing or a planet is changing into a different sign. This is the first time, this Neptune in Aries, that I had to sit for a minute and I couldn't even post because I didn't even know what to say. Usually I get the download of what the particular words are to align with that particular transit. I did not even know what to say. This transit had me in a stupor, because this transit is literally the rose-colored glasses off. Neptune was in Pisces. When Neptune is in Pisces, it is exalted. It is in its home sign, but it's kind of a drowning of illusions. You're kind of sitting in this, everything's fine and everything's okay. And, believing in a lot of the delusions that we have and not really seeing things for what they are. This shift now with Neptune going into Aries, it is not going to be comfortable. It is about getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, because Neptune is now in Aries saying, whatever it is that you thought, it's not that. This, again, back to the apocalypse energy. It is literally the end of the world as we know it. We cannot hide from it anymore. This is why things are being so blatant when it comes to politics, and racism, and all of the crazy ish that's happening right now. People losing their freaking fracking minds right now because the shift is happening. And those that want to hold on to this old world, it's a desperation. And you know what happens when people move from a desperate place. And this is why, I'm here to try to tell y'all, whatever happens, do not make any choices from no desperate place. This is why it's about removing these toxicities, all of these illusions in terms of doubts and fears and imposter syndrome. You are here because you are supposed to be. You are here because you chose and you were chosen. That is real-ish. And now that you are sitting in this and you are looking at this crumbling tower falling around you, understand that you are meant to build from the rubble. That is what we are here to do. This is what we chose to do and what we were chosen to do. It's going to be aight. Trust me when I tell you, but yes, it's going to get ugly. Yes, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Isn't it always? Isn't it always darkest before the dawn? I mean, look at history. We look at what it is. It is what it is. But guess what? We're here now. We're here now to experience these transits. We're here now to experience Pluto in Aquarius for the first time in 248 years. That means our previous lives have not even experienced that, including this Neptune in Aries. None of us have been here for 165 years. We have not experienced this before. The world as we know it has not experienced this before. This is like centuries shit in the making that we are here to experience. There is no accident to that. You are built for this. So just trust and believe that as it is happening, and as whether we know it or not, it is done and it is happening. But when you know and you can align with it, yo, it's everything. It's everything. So get you some Bloom Brew, okay? Shameless plug, because straight up, this thing is blooming me and has been blooming me. And I had no intention of sharing it until other people were like, what is this thing doing to me? Okay, and then Spirit told me, make room to bloom. Like, what? Yes, make room to bloom. Ashe. And then on top of it, if that, like the magical alignment of this bloom brew, if it wasn't enough to tap in to the 7 flowers and herbs that are in this bloom, 7, the number of perfection, okay, to remind you that you are perfection, that you are perfect, perfectly made, that divine spark that is within you, that is co-creating and co-curating this existence, that is not separate from the creator of it all, like you cannot be removed from that. So as much as there's flaws and there's shadow and there's all of these things because we're in a dual dimension, it is what it is. It doesn't mean that you are not perfect. It doesn't mean that the mistakes, quote unquote, that you make or regrets that you might have or whatever it is are not meant and not all part of the perfection, all part of the purpose and the plan. It is all perfect. It is all rising into place. It is all only up from here. Trust and believe. So 7 flowers and herbs in this alignment, right? And then I always tap into a crystal. So I'm like, Spirit, what's the crystal for Sacred 7 Melody Stone? Hello? Duh. I didn't even realize that there's 7 herbs and flowers in this blend until I was like, of course, Melody Stone, because of the 7 stones alignments that are in this particular crystal, which I will go into. I'm gonna tell y'all what they are. Amethyst, clear quartz, smoky quartz, caucoxenite, rutile, geothite, and lepidocrisite. Lepidocrisite, okay? 7 crystals in Sacred 7 Melody Stone, 7 herbs and flowers in Bloom Brew. Like, it doesn't get any more perfect than that with the number 7, the number of perfection, the number of self-mastery. That is what this time is about. And this is why, which again, I will go into the details of Neptune in Aries more after we draw the card and all that, because it's already 2:16 and I'm blah, blah, blahing. But I need to go into the downloads that I have since received after just being so stuck in this energy to the point where I could not even give y'all a heads up about this energy prior. Okay, this happened on the 31st, the day after we talking about Venus being in Aries, switched out on the 27th. Mercury is in Aries. They're both in retrograde. And literally on the 30th, I believe on the 30th, because then Neptune just missed the stellium that was happening with the solar eclipse in Aries, with the moon in Aries, et cetera, et cetera. Literally a day afterwards, Neptune comes to join the party in Aries. So it was just kind of like, I don't even think we would have been able to handle Neptune transiting into Aries even a day before. Like, the spirit literally gave us a minute before this happened. I needed a minute. Like, I needed a few days. So I'll go into it. But I first, as always, give thanks to you for being here with me. I am so lit, y'all. Like, there's stuff I can't even tell you, but you can clearly see that this is happening. Okay. I give thanks to Baba Ozion, the Orisha of everything that is green and grows, Asheo, for every flower. And this, like, when I brew this bloom brew, I'm literally speaking Ozion's name. I am bringing in infinite abundance over this tea, over every, look at it right here. Look at them. Here they are. The star anise, did I say bay leaf? And bay leaf, y'all. I forgot the bay leaf. There's bay leaf in here, okay? Listen, the bay leaf, the hibiscus, the hyssop, Do you know how many times hyssop is mentioned in the Bible? Okay, talking about the coverage of protection and favor. Rose, highest vibrational plant, flower on the planet. Sage, clear it out, clear it out. Lavender, bring in the peace and the calm. Find the peace. Put your pieces back together again and find your peace like it is all here. And then star anise, which just again reminds you that you're a star and that ultimately brings in your star quality and the divination alignment of star anise. Like, yo, it's in here. It brews and I let it just do its thing and it be simmering and I put it in the sun for a little bit so it's got like sun vibes in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So give thanks. Yet again, give thanks yet again. Melody Stone, I mean, come on, Sacred 7, Melody Stone. It's 219. Let's pick a card so we can do our 222. I see y'all on YouTube. Thank you for the love. Thank you. I see Palagri, I see Pog. Issues I'm attracted to Pogs. Once again. No Ego, I see Kanda, I see Mido, I see Larry. Thank you, Larry. Larry said, damn, you fine. Don't be sorry. Thank you. I appreciate you, Sir Larry. All right, y'all. Two feathers, I see you. I'm going to read that in a minute. Let's pick this card. Somebody give me a stop top or a stop bottom, please and thank you. And let us see what Spirit has in store for us. And then I will go further into this Neptune and Aries situation. Listen. I wish you could be here, sister. Oh my gosh, for real. Soon come. Stop top, stop bottom, y'all. Somebody give it to me. Oop, nope. That's not a single card. You know, if a single card comes out, we let it rock. But let's see. Somebody's gonna give it to me. Don't be shy. I see y'all here. Stop top, stop bottom. What's it gonna be? Nobody's gonna give me a stop top, stop bottom. Hi, Malu. Hi, Malu. Thank you for joining on YouTube. I appreciate you. And also a heads up that I'm actually going to be, instead of posting the live right after, I'm going to wait 24 hours. It's a whole suggestion that they do to get more views on YouTube. I'm going to try it. So just a heads up, if you miss it live, you got to wait 24 hours to catch it on YouTube. But you can catch it on Instagram right after. So that's a little heads up on the change. Y'all ain't going to, okay, I'm choosing the card because now we're getting into 222. Y'all ain't giving me, oh, see? Thank you, Spirit, because they being shy today. Look at this energy, talking about 222. 22, number 22, the law of compensation. Give that which you seek. This is that what goes around comes around. At the end of the day, put it out there. What's up, Chapter 7 Art? Hello, Blue Bathgate. Thank you for joining. You cannot lose. When you give from your heart, when you give from the kindness of just giving, you will always get it back. And even if you don't get it back from who it is or what it is that you're giving to, you will always get it back. And if anything, that much more when you give without any expectation. So this energy of compensation is about investment. It's about ROI. You will always get a return on that investment. You will always be compensated for what it is that you give out from the kindness of your heart. 222. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Balance and harmony surrounds me. Ashe. We're going to do our Bloom Brew declaration. I make room to bloom. I make room to bloom. I make room to bloom. Ashe. And then I give that which I seek. I give that which I seek. I give that which I seek. Ashe. When you give based on what it is that you're hoping for, not in terms of even just yourself, but just in terms of humanity, it will come back. There's no question. So whatever it is that you're seeking, whatever petitions or prayers that you're putting out there, whatever you want, yes, for yourself, ultimately, when it comes to integrity and kindness and goodness, and not just about being selfish or arrogant or just me, mine, right? But if you just want kindness, if you just want love, if you just want humanity, if you just want justice, if you just want fairness, give it. That's the best way. And we tap into an energy of bloom brew, right? We think of things that we want to come into harvest. We want things to grow. Plant something. Sister was just there planting, right? I actually have a community garden a block and a half away that opens today that I said as soon as I'm done this live, that is where I'm going. It's going to be raining all week. Today is the sunny day on the day that the community garden opens again for the season. And that was my plan, to go there to basically whoever's in charge. How can I help? What can I do? Can I get my hands in some soil anytime you need me to? So the timing of it all, the confirmation of it all. When you want to grow something, plant something. When you want to experience love, give love. When you want abundance, circulate it. Give it to somebody that might have less than you. You know what I'm saying? Give to charity. When somebody opens that door because they need $1, give them the $1. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I understand that, especially in New York, people say, don't give money, don't give money, don't give money. They're going to use it for whatever. They're going to use it for whatever. Sure, I don't doubt that necessarily, but it is still a judgment. And you don't know 100% what that person is going to do with it. And if I have it, I'm going to give it. That's just me. If it's it's $1, you know what I'm saying? Like if that $1 can get them a portion of a sandwich or fruit or whatever it is, like I'm going to give them the $1. If I only have 5, I'm going to give them the $1 straight up. And if anything, I give especially when I'm struggling myself, because I hope and pray that somebody is going to do the same for me. And that's part of the compensation. That is part of the giving what you seek. Because when you don't have enough and you still have enough to give and choose to I'm going to still give even though I'm really hurting right now, you think you're not going to get rewarded for that? You think Spirit's not looking at that going yo, look, I would have totally understood if you didn't give that right now because I know you dealing with some stuff, but you gave it anyway? There's no way that you're not going to be compensated for that. And again, when we talk about this energy of blooming, of what we want to come into fruition, we have to put it out. We cannot have these expectations of other people when we are not doing it for ourselves or for other people. We're tapping into tribe and tribing up, and the shift that is happening, this split, this 2 earths that is happening right now, this new earth that we are bringing into form and experience. It is all in the giving. It is all in the growing. It is all in the glowing. So just give whatever you can, whenever you can, just give. And it's not just about money, and it's not about these things. It's time, it's energy, it's an idea. Sometimes I post things and people are like, oh, you be mindful of what you post because somebody can steal that. They can have it. To me, it's inspiration. I don't believe you can have it. You can have it. Because if you can take something from me and I have to be worried that you're going to get compensated for it instead of me, that means that I have no faith in faith. I have no faith in my blessings. I have no faith in my favor. I have no faith in what is meant for me cannot miss me. I have no faith in what cannot be taken from me, that what's mine is mine, and that there's enough for everyone. Oh my God, there is so enough. There's more than enough for everyone. So any kind of idea of, careful not to, because they might, is scarcity, it's lack, it's competition. I don't run from that place. I believe in collaboration. So if I could put something out there that's going to inspire somebody to create something more that can get to more people, that's going to actually inspire them, and then it's just about the credit that I didn't get, I get all the credit. I get all the credit. You know what my credit look like with my God? I'm good. I am so Gucci. Trust me when I tell you. So don't even worry about it. Mrs. Rowe, welcome, Alafia Queen. I see you. I love the jumper cards too, sister. I know you was waiting for a jumper. I know. I know. 2 feathers mentioned. Gotta become a spiritual warrior now. Neptune and Aries. That's what I'm about to go into. I was talking about it a little bit at the beginning. Listen. It's crazy. Facts, and they only become aware of Neptune 20, 30 years before the last transit in it, We are still learning how to show up in that pattern sign. It's not a joke. This, I'm telling you, I couldn't even deal right away. I was like, I can't even tell anybody anything about this right now. I don't know how to word this right now. I got some words now, but when this thing hit, especially right off of a freaking Aries solar eclipse, supermoon, I'm an Aries, Mercury, Venus, and Mars, y'all. I'm feeling this, okay? I am feeling this. Carla, so proud of me, and I'm truly blooming. Thank you. And you. And you. Takes one to know one. We are flowers. We are blooming. And make sure people treat you like a flower, okay? We are delicate creatures, divine feminine energy in particular. And it doesn't mean that we're not warriors and we're not strong and all of these things, but people need to handle us properly, okay? We are supposed to be on the front lines when it's time to be, but when it comes to sanctuary, when it comes to love, we are supposed to be free in our soft season. And we need to choose people in our environment that honor our soft season, okay? So this blooming energy, this tapping into the flower essence of what it is, this is about our womb work as divine feminines in particular. And do not choose dynamics and relationships and environments that make you have to feel hard all the time. We're dealing with that with the world. When you want to be in a safe space, when you want to feel like it is safe to bloom, to be the flower that you are, you know what that feels like. And it's supposed to be kind, and it's supposed to be tender, and it's supposed to be gentle, okay? And first and foremost, do it for yourself. Give yourself that grace. Give yourself that pause. Give yourself that retreat. Venus in retrograde is all about that. Stop for a minute and think about, like, what pieces do you need to put back together again? Because we can't expect anybody else to do it for us. And then yes, Neptune in Aries, okay? It's kicking our ass, and it's going to kick our ass. Why? Because there's these, again, rose-colored glasses that it's like it's time to take off. Whatever it is that we were trying to make excuses for, done. Illusions, done. Like, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. It's not a joke. I'm telling you, and you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. MC in 10th is about to go off. Oh my God. See? Two feathers. You feeling it. You know what's up. Malu said, it's good to have some limits. I supported a homeless couple for 4 years, and not me having a lot. I found out they lived in a penthouse apartment. See? This absolutely, and this is why we have to moderation across the board with everything, and also discernment. This Neptune in Aries, if there is any time that is going to teach us about discernment and research-ish and people before we give too much and do too much and show up too much, because this is, again, that rose-colored glasses that Neptune in Pisces had us, everybody's cool and they're good and they wouldn't do that. Why do we think that? Because we wouldn't. We feel like people would never because we wouldn't, but that's not reality. And this transit is giving us a full-on dose of reality. And it is necessary, especially for light workers, because we always want to lighten someone else's load. And we take on all of these 10 of freaking wands to lighten somebody else's load. So we have to be a lot more particular about lighting our own load and not feeling guilty or bad about it. Not feeling like it's selfish and all of these things that light workers often do feel, because we're like, how can we just look out for ourselves? I'm an Aquarius rising. I'm all about everybody and the humanity and everybody gonna, dude. And then I'm standing by my damn self at the end of it. Like, no, we can't keep doing things. This is, again, the definition of insanity. And Neptune in Aries is giving us this full-on spectrum of the definition of insanity. Yeah, you keep doing that. How's that working for you? Sure. Okay, I'll wait. I'm gonna wait. It's insane. It's insane. Authenticity is the only way forward for sure. Absolutely. And again, and like authenticity in the sense of standing on your own 2 feet and putting yourself first. That cup runneth over and letting others drink of the overflow. What a novel concept, right? We're here filling up everybody's cup from our emptying cup. And then saying, but I can fill up myself because I'm a light worker, because I'm a healer, because I know how to do it. Of course, so what? Just because we know how to fix it, just because we know how to heal ourselves doesn't mean that healers don't need healers too and healing too. That's not what that means. We should not have to do it all the time for ourselves and others. We shouldn't have to. And at the end of the day, this is again the putting the mask on ourselves before we put it on somebody else. How are we going to do our purposeful work in terms of humanity and helping and healing if we're dead? If we're depleted, if we're not happy, if we're not, dude, we're coming with that vibration at the end of the day. So we can't even do the work that we actually want to do because we are limiting ourselves, because we are depleting, we are just depriving ourselves. And more than anything, what it teaches other people is not only is it okay to take and take and take, it's that we like it. That's the message that we send people that continuously, you think they don't know? Yo, you think anybody that sees how we give and overgive when they're not really doing or they're doing the bare minimums, you think they don't see that math? You think they don't know the math? Yo, they know the math, and it's why they don't go anywhere. Like I realized for myself, ultimately, more often than not, I'm not loved for who I am. I'm loved for how I make someone feel. I'm loved for how I do for them, how I show up for them, how I love them. That was major for me. And this transit has really crystallized that for me, because it's just like, but how could they not? I'm awesome. All I do is, oh, oh, that's why they're still here. That's why they love me. That's why they think I'm so awesome. It's not about me. It's what I do. It's what I do for them. It's not about who I am. It's what I have, what they can take, what they can get. And when you can acknowledge that, yes, it hurts like hell. But when I tell you the doors of heaven open up afterwards, it is liberation. It is freedom on a scale that I cannot even. Oh my goodness, I cannot even. Which is again why I didn't even have words for this transit, because the way this thing came through and made me see people and see myself and then decide, like, where do you want to continue to put yourself? And if it's a concern of what people think and say about you, yo, they're going to think and say it anyway. Especially the ones that think they know you or the ones that known you the longest. Those are the people that we're like constantly expending. We're abusing and misusing our energy trying to convince someone of who we are, despite the fact that we have shown them consistently for however long. It doesn't matter. So you have to decide what you want to do, how you want to treat yourself, first and foremost, and how you are going to demand and command yourself being treated by others. And if that doesn't happen, then you walk away. And when people go away, let them stay away. Hold them to that shit. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I'm going to say that to you again. When someone goes, when someone leaves, when someone changes their mind about you, first of all, they're allowed. Okay? So don't even get it twisted. Everybody's allowed to change their mind. Everybody's allowed to do whatever they want. That's what we be doing. That's what people be doing. They do what they want. So first of all, guess what? You too. That means you too get to do what you want. Okay, there's that. And if they choose that they don't choose you anymore, let them go and hold them to it. And when I say hold them to it, that means when they do start feeling the void of you, when they now start feeling deprived of the things that they got from you that they don't get anymore, the feelings that they feel, it's not about you, it's about the things that they got from you, but now they want those things again and they want those feelings again. Yo, you can come with apology and atonement and mending it and all of the things. I accept your apology. I give you grace. Absolutely, no problem. But you don't get the same version of me that you got before. You decided that whatever it was wasn't enough, or you didn't have me the way that you wanted me, so it was all or nothing. People make those all or nothing choices every single day, and it's based on manipulation and control. This is what I need. This is what I want. So if you can't, then deuces, my dude. Then deuces, my girl. Like, we good. But when you feel what you feel in the void and the absence of me, and you decide to come back, understand and understand that it is not going to be the same, if anything at all. I always say, I don't lose people. People lose me. Okay, say that with me real quick, because I know y'all that are here know what I'm talking about. Because you know who you are. You know how you love. You know what you give. You know your consistency. You know how you give and forgive, give and forgive, give and forgive, give and forgive incessantly. So, people like we don't lose people. They lose us. So say it with me. I don't lose people. People lose me. There is no loss for you when you are who you are and you show up the way that you show up, and somebody can still tell you it's not enough and decide to bounce because they need more when they're not even giving the bare minimums at that. Let them go. Okay? Okay? Okay. Yes, Carla. I don't lose people. People lose me. Period. Words no longer carry weight with me. I need to see your actions, Mrs. Rowe. Facts. Actions speak louder than words. Always, always, always have. Always, always, always will. Period. I'm getting comments all the time. I don't want to miss the comments. Hello, artist MC50. Thank you for joining the live. Healers need a tribe too, Mrs. Rowe. Indeed. Sometimes the one is there for you. Everyone needs someone for us. Yep. Indeed. Two Feathers said, whatever they choose, even if it's not you, it's also best for you. It is always for you. Trust and believe the good, the bad, and the ugly is always for you. And the minute you change that, this is not happening to me, it's happening for me, you turn into a victor from victim mentality and your life blooms. Okay? Blooms. Boundaries. Yes, Queen Two Feathers. Be Fortune. What's up, Queen? Welcome, welcome. We going in on some powerful blooming transits, some combustible transits, and just life, because I'm telling you, the rose-colored glasses are off, y'all. And you're going to start to see things, and it is going to be owie on the hearty. It's gonna be. I'm sorry. But it is so incredibly necessary. And again, the freedom that is going to come from it, you would do it all over again. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. Let's see, some comments here. There's always more trolls on YouTube, so I have to kind of glance before I read anything. Yeah, I see you. Okay, you're good. You're good. God bless you. God bless you. So Aries with Neptune. Guys, I'm just gonna read this because it was a download and I want to make sure that I'm saying everything. Only Mikaya, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining the live. We have been drowning in illusion with Pisces with Neptune in its Pisces, okay? There's a lot that we were like, it can't be that bad. How many of us have said that? There's no way the government would. No, that can't be. There's no, like how, dude, particularly since 2020, no way, there's not, no, they wouldn't. Okay, and then now all of a sudden, holy they did. Okay, and they've done. Okay, it's been, like, it's been. So now we're kind of starting to like see the overt and the blatant in these things that have been. Okay, that's what this now is. And if we think that we've been seeing it, it's now like the roof is off. Okay, the lid is all the way off. So prepare yourselves. 165 years. That is the last time that Neptune was in Aries. So there are astrologers that you can look up, that you can find out things that happened in history when this transit happened. Do that if you feel to do that, because it's very, okay, I'm trying to like minimize the information and not totally, because again, I've had to sit with this stuff and like, oh my God. And at the end of the day, history is history. And yes, history does repeat itself. But the question is, how are you forming history? What are you going to do with this transit? And how are you going to acknowledge, embrace, accept, initiate this transit, considering the fact that all bets are off? And we literally like have to look at the situation of like, I'm not going to pretend anymore. I'm not going to be in this relationship anymore that I'm like looking at it and I'm trying to keep the peace, and you keep the peace and all they want to do is bring you war, and thinking that keeping the peace is going to bring peace, like with people that only have war. Like you have to pay attention to these things. And Neptune and Aries, they're going to be a lot more water, nature stuff, fire and water. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the things we have to pay attention to. Some man-made and tampered, and some nature-based. But either way, the nature-based stuff is still influenced by how man women, people are messing with nature. But there's also a kind of retaliation that's just karma, ultimately. That is part of it. So it's really kind of a what came first, the chicken or the egg? Nature came first, right? We came way after. We are a very, very young species at the end of the day when we think about the history of the planet and look at the kind of destruction we have done in this kind of time. You think Earth Mother is just going to be kicking it like, it's okay, it's my children, it's just my children. No. So stuff is about to go down, y'all. It is time to tribe up. It's time to, find your peeps and stay close. It's not about fear mongering or any of that stuff. This is, again, about a shift. It's about a split. Staying prayed up, being discerning, making sure that you're putting yourself in the right position on a spiritual level, first and foremost, because this shit is all a game. It's a simulation. And I keep reminding y'all that we're in a game, but you're not a player, you're a programmer. So this is where you get to now come with the 0010110s and decide how you are algorithmically coding this game. What are the cheat codes? What are you shifting? How are you manipulating this matrix? Because they done been manipulating it, and not for our favor. So if you get to be a programmer, if that is what this is, if you are a co-creator and co-curator of this existence, up against people that do not have your best interest in mind, what are you going to do about that? Now that we understand apocalypse is about things being revealed. What was concealed is now right there in our faces. That's a choice. So think about that. Neptune is in Aries until 2038. It will go retrograde back into Pisces between October and January. So October 2025 into January 26. So there will be kind of this dip back into, oh, maybe it's not really happening this way. Maybe they are really good and maybe they're not. And we're going to have the glasses back on, or we're going to give people another chance, or we're going to maybe take somebody back that we had the strength to walk away from. We're going to dip back into it for a few months. But then come the new year, 2026, the new year, we're in the new year now, but the January, the Gregorian calendar new year, 2026, then we get full-fledged back into Neptune in Aries until 2038. Take action on your dreams. And this is in terms of the dreams that you're actually having in your sleep, right? The things that come to mind that you remember, because we don't always remember our dreams. So when you remember your dream, there's a reason for that. And sometimes we just get the dream. We'll take, note of things, or may have a dream journal, but then it's just, we record it and it's that, right? But we have to start with action energy of Neptune now in Aries. It's about action. It's about drive. It's about doing something versus just receiving something, right? So then you have to say to yourself, okay, what does this dream mean? Let me look it up. What is that symbol? What was that color? Now, what is the message that it could be? And what action can I take to implement the message in this dream? That's taking the dream state to the physical state, to this dimension. And it's very important for us to do that more so now that Neptune is in Aries, and you will start to get more dreams, especially that do have some action-oriented steps that can be taken. Take heed of that. And then in terms of your dreams, in terms of your goals and your wishes and your aspirations, think about what it is that you actually want to do. Again, we've got retrograde energy, Venus and Mercury, so it's not about necessarily doing anything yet, but April 7th, April 12th, we're going to start to clear that out. By end of April, early May, know what you want to do. This is the time to start to strategize and to plan and to prepare and to implement, to put things in place to be implemented, so that come May, you're not wondering, so what do I do now? Oh, no more retrograde. Oh, retrograde is over. What should I do? No, you want to already know what you need to do. And there are no more excuses to get it done. Come May 1st, like literally full speed ahead. Start with that energy. Come May 1st. So tapping into that. Hey, Katan, how are you? You want a shout out for your friend Freddie Curl? Freddie Curl, you get a shout out from your friend Katan, because Katan has been supporting my YouTube channel and I appreciate you very much. Jai Shri Krishna, indeed. Shout out to Freddie. Shout out to Freddie. Shout out to Freddie. New visions, new dreams, wake up call type energy right now. Hello, official G Code. I see you. I have Carla laughing her ass off. What happened? What I say? A whole heap. A whole heap. We are leaving behind fantasies and illusions, deceptions. So this is what I'm telling you. If you're in a dynamic or relationship or whatever, and you kind of know ain't right, but you stay in it because it's not all the way wrong, or you're like comparing the whole idea of the devil, you know, right? This whole election was like, oh, the devil we know versus the devil we don't know. Like, why are we choosing between devils? Can somebody please answer that question? Like, why it's got to be between devils? So this is the stuff to start to pay attention to. Like, why are we conditioned to even think about choosing between devils? How about none? How about none? Can I go with the angel? Can I go with the angel? That would be awesome. Like, dark and light is all part of the same. It is what it is, right? We got them. They're here. They're doing their thing, right? They whisper in. And we need the dark. Transformation happens in the dark. All of that stuff. But always lead with light. Even when we face our shadow, as I always say, facing your shadow reminds you that the light has your back. You can only see your shadow because of the light, yo. Think about that. That's the only time you can see your shadow. You need light to see your shadow. So lead with light. Lean into the light. And you will find your way. You cannot see in the dark, and it's okay for the roots happen under the surface. The dark is needed and it's necessary. Faith in many ways is an energy that happens in the dark because it is about the unseen. But when we talk about rising up, when that sprout actually grows, when that flower blooms, it needs the light. It comes to the light. Think about a sunflower. The sunflower literally follows the sun. Like, yo. It's about the light. It's about the sun. So stand under the sun. And this is what's going to bring a lot of the deceptions, a lot of the lies, a lot of the illusions to the surface. Illuminated things are coming to the light. Like, we say these things for a reason. We're light workers. We're talking about lightening our load, dropping a heavy load, right? And that energy of it being light work, lighten things up, lighten up. There's a reason for all of this. So just manifest from that light-hearted space, from that light-willed space. Like I mentioned, rose-colored glasses are off. Wishful thinking. Sorry, not sorry. And, you know, when I think about the energy of hope, hope has its place because we need hope when we're feeling so forlorn. Like, hope will get us to stand up after feeling like we're in the rubble, right? But hope also leaves some kind of room for maybe not. So you want to kind of teeter the energy of hope very, very mindfully because it's that same wishful thinking. I hope, right? Maybe. There's no maybe. When you're tapping into what it is that you believe, that belief to receive, when you are manifesting, you cannot leave room for doubt. When you tap into your imagination and it's like, yo, it is, like when they say, so be it, Spirit told me it's been. And then I get bin gallery for my gallery because back to natural is BIIN is the abbreviation for back to natural. So it's like bin. I've been saying it's been for a minute and then my gallery aligns with bin. Like, there's no accident to any of these things. But all of that to say, when you are choosing that this is little plant fly, when you are choosing, I got plants, so anyway. When you are choosing that it is what it is, and it's also attracted to the bloomsy. When you are choosing that this is done, it's been, so be it, so mote it be, all of these things, ashe, amen, amen, abracadabra, 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 so done, so said, so done, all of these activation affirmations that we can say, where is there room for maybe not? How can we, dude, like there's no way we can make space for that. We can't. We're literally like, we're canceling it out. We're canceling out the force of ashe by, oh, but maybe not. You can't make room for that. So tap in, think about the wishful thinking, tap in the, this energy of hope, and that it can kind of create a little bit of doubt, a little bit of not really sure. And as soon as that energy goes up to the universe and your subconscious of not really sure, they wait until you're sure. So this is an energy to be sure. And again, Neptune is all about our psychic powers, about our dreams, right? About the intuition and these kinds of things, the watery flow of things that Aries is now saying, transform that into something so much more solid, into something so much more driven, so much more purposeful, something like tangible. Pisces is very intangible. Neptune in Pisces is very intangible. Neptune in Aries is very like, it's now or never. You got it? Do you want it? How good do you want it? That's the question as well. It's no longer a passive approach. Pisces energy, in terms of Neptune being exalted in its sign, is very, very much about passivity and about the downloads and about just the receiving mode and the getting it. And then it's, ethereal up in the sky. Bring it down. Now we got to bring it down. Thinking about our spiritual abilities, our dreams, psychic awareness, all of that, again, making it more tangible. This is where divine destiny and divine will meet. This is a time where our divine destiny and our divine will meets. Divine destiny, it is what it is, right? And give thanks to Ifa. No matter what, the diviner, the spirit of destiny says, this is your path. It's all written, right? But Spirit gave us free will, and things can shift and can move, and we are co-creating and co-curating this experience as well. So now let it meet in the middle, and don't just wait for the thing to happen or hope that it happens. How are you making it happen? How are you using your will to enforce, to ensure that thy will be done? I always say, they say, whatever will be, will be. I say, what I will be. Because my will is God's will. I have to believe that because there is no separation. So how could I not believe that, right? Inspired action. We're going to get the download. We're going to get the inspiration. Then what do we do about it? That's what this energy is about. The collective haze is gone. That's part of that rose-colored glasses, the wishful thinking, the, oh, I don't think it's really that bad. And I don't think they would. And I don't think that he would. And I don't think that she would. And I don't think the government would. And then all of a sudden we're like, wait a minute. They did. They absolutely freaking fracking did, guys. Okay? So we can't continue to think that they wouldn't. They did. Why would they stop now? Especially when they have pushed and tested us to the brink to again see the split and see what kind of control they have. If anything, it's going to ramp up because the fact that they feel like, yo, they don't even know themselves. They don't even, like, they literally let us do this. They're letting, wait a minute, we're getting away with this? Like I said, when we are in an abusive dynamic, we're not just telling the person that it's okay. We're telling them that we like it. So why would they not? Hey, I'm gonna give you, yo, they like it. They think they're doing us a favor. That's the craziest part about all of it. They think they're doing us a favor, that they know better, because how could we possibly know when we're allowing this kind of treatment? You got to think about it and feel about it from that perspective. Listen to the downloads, to the messages that come through, but then be obedient. Don't just receive. Like I said, what are you going to do about it afterwards? Same with the downloads. You get the downloads. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to implement these things? How are you going to strategize them and then actually take action? This is an energy about what we cannot unsee. So it's the same thing. It's bittersweet. Some shit's just going to hurt. But when you see it, you cannot unsee it unless you stick your head in the sand. Many of us are doing that. It's a choice. Neptune in Aries is going to make it a lot harder to do that. The sand is going to be hotter, so you might not want to stick your head in the sand anymore. But just pay attention to what cannot be unseen, to what is being like very blatant in your face in regards to the ways that people are and are treating you, the ways that you are and are treating yourself. We're not just pointing fingers out. Let's be real. If we're talking about this whole co-creating and co-curating and about vibration and alignment and making sure that we're in the right environments, make sure you're in the right environments. Make sure that you are entertaining the right emotions, because that is the access at the end of the day. Someone can only treat you in whatever way if you give them access. So that's a decision that you have to make at the end of the day. You cannot control anyone else. They will always do what they want, but so can you. So you have to decide where you want to be, who you are giving access to you to treat you the way that they treat you, because they are who they are. They are who they are. Pay attention to messages and the meanings of them in general, but again, especially in terms of your dreams, how you can look at the symbolism in regards to that. You want to gain mastery over your impulses and your emotions. Gain mastery over your emotions and your impulses. This is the energy of respond versus react versus retaliate. We always have a choice. And things are going to get hot and they're going to get a little bit hotter. So we have to decide in a moment, again, the discernment and the importance of the discernment. And again, that's also part of the environment, right? If we're in an environment where we're triggered all the time, then of course we have a tendency that we're going to have to react or retaliate sometimes. So how about we remove ourselves from that environment so that we don't have to navigate that kind of space and have to, again, think about the gaining mastery over. Those challenges come because of who we're giving ourselves access to, who has access to us. So be very, very particular about that. Truths are being revealed on a very, very fundamental level. You're going to acknowledge it first and foremost, like I said, for yourself, as it should be, because again, people are people. They're going to do what they do, but they can only do what you let them do. Power is not given, it's taken. Okay. So anybody that's like romping with you in some kind of way, it's because you're allowing it. That's just the math. Sorry, not sorry. And I'm acknowledging it for myself as well. Anything that I say, I'm on the journey with y'all same way. I might get a download that might sound like whatever and I have it all together. I'm figuring this ish out and getting the messages same time as y'all be getting it, or I get it before and then I give it to you and I'm still navigating it and processing it same way. This now though, however, again, is about more than just receiving the download and the inspired energy and the messages and all of the things. It's like, okay, now what? Now what? The brass tacks, the matter that matters. What are you going to do with this thing now? How are you going to stand up for yourself? How are you going to stand your ground now when you get this information, when you get this confirmation? What are you going to do with it? So that's what's up. Kikiko, Kai Ko. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Sorry if I'm butchering your name, but thank you for joining. So that's pretty much the energy that we're dealing with. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. It's 3:00. I try to get done the lives within an hour, so I'm going to wrap it up. If y'all need anything, want to chat, like touch base, whatever through this, just I got you. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm Sabrina Sahara. Thank you. This is a loop. It is a loop. Indeed. This is what I'm saying. This simulation. And they have us doing this thing until we decide to step out. This is the not so merry-go-round. It's how I refer to this loop. The not so merry-go-round. And we got to, decide to get off this ding-dang ride, man. We got to get off this ride. Go with the angel, indeed, Katan. Absolutely. And Katan is he's standing up for me to the what's it called? The trolls in the room. Thank you, Katan. Aww. I have a protector on YouTube. That's awesome. Y'all, I leave you with that. I leave you with love. I leave you with fortitude. It's going to be needed, but again, we wouldn't be here if we were not equipped. Straight up. And for many of us, it might be the last time on the ride. It might be that Queen Sister Tony Taylor and I talk about this all the time, and she's like, I'm ready to get off. Like, I don't want to do this again. Yo, I feel you. And for many of us, I do believe, especially being here for these kinds of once in a lifetime transits, I think it is about us closing these karmic loops. I really, really do. And we're doing the work and we're not scared. You know what I'm saying? We on the front lines. We're standing our ground. We're letting them take whatever they want to take in terms of freedoms and liberties for us to continue to choose our soul sovereignty. That's the test, ultimately. For us to be like, you can have whatever the stuff you think is yours, or you even think is mine that you need to take and that I'm going to feel bad about not having anymore. You can have it. You can't have me. You can have the stuff. You can't have my soul. So these are the tests that I think that we're kind of being up against that may have us just, again, closing things out, and bigger work for us on the other side. I'm all about it. Make room to bloom, y'all. I'm so grateful to you all. Come and taste this Bloom Brew if you're in Brooklyn. Tomorrow, 197 Patchen Avenue. There's going to be live music and such there. It's a $20 cover for that one because there's going to be a, actual event and stuff. And then Bailey's Cafe on Friday. That is free entry. Is a pop-up that I do there every first Friday. So definitely come through and hang out with us. And I'll have some for you to taste. So come and hang out and see all the other magic and all the awesome other vendors and such that will be there sharing their sacred services at Bailey's Cafe, 324 Malcolm X Boulevard, Friday, 5 to 8 p.m. Every first Friday, we are there. And let's get our message from the angels. Somebody give me the time, please, so I can read what our message is from our angels. Rasta Gyal, Midebaut. What's up, Belize to the world? Thank you, thank you. Thanks for joining. I see y'all on the YouTube and I see you on the IG. Grateful. What time is it? What time is it? Let's see what our time is to get our angel number message, because I'm not usually on past the hour, so I'm curious to see what our message is in the 3 o'clock time frames. Everybody's shy today. Somebody give me the time, please. I like when y'all give me the time because then everybody can see in the comments that I'm not just choosing. So when the message is like super spot on, there's no question that it was divinely timed, Somebody give me the time. 304. Thank you, sister. 304. And our message is be united. 304 is be united. Hello, Jason Murden. What's up, King? Just wrapping up, getting our message out from the angels at 304. So you came in right at 304 to get the message, but you should definitely watch this back because Neptune and Aries. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Be united. Define your values. A present circumstance is challenging a belief or value you hold dear. Become more united with your values by writing them down in your own words and explaining what they uniquely mean to you. Do this today, focusing on a value that feels challenged by the outside world. Very much what we're tapping into and talking about, right? With all of the powers that once were and what it is that they're doing and how this Neptune and Aries transit is like really making us have to stand our ground and speak our truths and understand that there's going to be loss, but we don't lose. And people like us don't lose people, they lose us. Okay, and this split that is happening on this very, very as above, so below level, we chose and we were chosen. We chose and we were chosen. So just know the united also is about being very firm in your beliefs, having all of your faculties united. This is, again, when I tap into the 4 walls of manifestation, our words, our thoughts, our actions, like when we think about all of those energies, what we think, what we speak, what we feel, what we do, when those things are united, I'm telling you, they can't stop it. They can't stop it. Yes, they're going to try. Why wouldn't they try? Again, power is not given, it's taken. So be united in yourself, in self and source. And take that ish back, yo. Take you back. Take you back. Then it's done. That's all it is. This fight is over you. This whole as above, so below, this spiritual warfare, all of this ish, it's about you. It's about your soul. This is what they want. It's yours. It's yours. So you gonna give it up or you gonna keep it? Did you give it up? You gonna take it back? Like, these are the things. Even if in some ways you gave it up, you can change your mind. This is what we were talking about, right? Like, people can choose us and then change their mind. Let them go. Let them go. But guess what? You get to change your mind too. And if you gave in or gave up something, you get to change your mind too. So just be in alignment, first and foremost, with who you are, because all of the pieces start to come together in regards to this puzzle through this simulation. And then you remind yourself that you are not a player in this game. You are a programmer. What's it look like from here on out? It's up to you. It's up to you. Isn't that awesome? First and foremost, like, that's freaking awesome. It's up to you. Don't get it twisted. It's up to you. So love that. Those splits are not by accident. They are sure not, Queen Two Feathers. They are not. They are not. They are not. So continue to make room to bloom, my people. It is spring season. It is time. We're watching this incredible cherry blossom tree right outside my window that I saw every freaking stage of the bloomage, and now it is in full bloom. And I just stand under it sometimes and I'm just like, oh my God, you are so freaking awesome. You too. Me too. When we look at the stars, oh my God, you too. Me too. Hey, Voera, how are you? Thank you for joining my live. I was just mentioning a little earlier, I mentioned that Voera, who I shouted out earlier, who's going to be playing live tomorrow at 197 Patchen, is here in the space. So we're going to be hanging tomorrow. I look forward to meeting you and hearing you play. I'm going to have my Bloom Brew for tasting and for sale while you jam the night away. So looking forward. So again, y'all, come through. He came through the live. I appreciate you. So come through and check him out live tomorrow night, 197 Patchen at 7 o'clock, $20 cover. It's going to be a vibe. He going to bring the heat. I'm going to cool it down with some Bloom Brew. Okay, with some Bloom Brew. Ashe, ashe. Thank you again for joining. I'll see you tomorrow. Queen, we are blooming. Listen, we are blooming. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for appreciating me. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Bed-Stuy on Sunday. Sound bath. Awesome. Send me the deets. Send me the deets. Thank you, thank you. I do lives every Sunday at 5 because I'm doing my rising sign oracle observations for, giving you guys alignments of how everything rises into place for the week ahead. Every Sunday at 5, and then it gets posted at 8 o'clock in the morning, Monday morning, so you have the heads up for the week ahead. But if the timing works and then I can still do my live, then I would love, and just keep me posted in general when you're doing stuff, because Two Feathers is magical. She is magical, absolutely. And Queen Toni Taylor is magical, and she is an incredible, incredible artist. So y'all need to follow each other. Please, please, please follow each other. It's at 6. Okay. Keep me posted. I might have to miss that because of the timing. But April 27th. Okay. Send me the info. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Awesome. And I'll see y'all hopefully tomorrow to taste some Bloom Brew and to watch Voera. Right. And again, Friday, I will also be at Bailey's Cafe at 5 p.m. for their monthly pop-up every first Friday. I'm going to go. And I'm going to love y'all, and I'm going to be loving y'all, and I'm so grateful, and I have so much more to share, and there's so many things happening, and everything is like, happening, and some good, some bad, some ugly, but when I tell you it's all for me, like when I tell you when ish be happening, and that's how I know, like, I'm in a whole new vibration, and this whole, like, resonance of peace. I really genuinely feel this resonance of peace, because shit be happening that is, like, feeling like it should tear me limb from limb, and I'm just like, it's all for me. This is actually good. This is actually working out in my favor. I know that this is exactly how it is supposed to be. And I'm like, are you serious, Sabrina? Apparently, yes. Apparently, I'm serious. And that means maths means that everything that is supposed to bloom, it's inevitable. And timing is divine. And harvest season is harvest season for a reason. And at the end of the day, I want ripe fruit. So I'm going to wait till the fruit is ripe, okay? I'm not going to be like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. No, you take your time, strawberry. Because I know what I want my strawberry to taste like when I put it in my mouth. Okay? Take time, y'all. Take time. So appreciate you. Awesome. I will send the information to you. Thank you, Queen. Will do for both, for tomorrow and for Friday, just in case. And I hope to see you or whoever wants to come through. So you got stars on my pants. Let me tapping into the stars. Yo, we stars. Oh my goodness. I just realized that I put this shirt on. Dude, this is like the freaking Bloom Brew freaking uniform. Are you kidding me right now? I threw this on last minute. I didn't even think. This is like a Bloom Brew shirt. I got flowers on and the star, and the alignment. See what I'm saying? I love you. I'm going to go. I love y'all. Thank you. Mwah. Until the next time, in the meantime, and in between time, lest we forget, time to get back to natural. Mwah. Peace.